Hey guys, and welcome back to the theBSofSociety. So, as I said in the last video, I recently quit Genshin Impact. I think I quit pretty much sometime in November. It was the same time that Envy started playing Epic 7 again. Because I just basically tuned into the stream and remembered why I loved Epic 7 so much. For anyone who's watched my little video about Epic 7, you know that I've played it before, but I kind of stopped playing it because it wasn't really my main account, and I was playing Genshin, Honky, and Girls Frontline at the time when I quit. But, after watching Envy play Epic 7, I realized the animations are still a lot better than what MiHoYo has, even on Honky, as you can see in the background. Even just for the extremely old characters. And, I mean, it's just... Yeah, that was like one of the main things that I loved about Epic 7. And even when I played it in the past before Genshin came out, I played Epic 7 a lot more than Honky. Mostly because I just got more energy and stuff. Now, the reason I quit Genshin Impact wasn't really because of Genshin's issues entirely. What really made me quit Genshin was just the fact that I was playing too many gacha games. You figure I was playing Honky Impact, Genshin, Girls Frontline, Azur Lane, and Arknights. The problem with having Honky and Genshin together, especially when you're playing on mobile, is... Especially now that I'm getting older, my thumbs can't really do as much as they used to. So spamming the attack button on two separate games, especially if you're refreshing 4 to 8 times every day on both games, it doesn't really work out all that well for your thumbs. And that was part of the problem. The other problem is you're basically checking 2 games that you have to actively play. You can't really do much, can you? No. So, that's the reason why I quit Genshin. Now, of course, there were still a bunch of other issues along with that on Genshin Impact. There's a lot of things that really need to be worked on in Genshin, and to be honest, I've told a lot of people that they need to give the game time. I told them a year, but to be honest, they need to give the game like 3 years before they really consider coming back. Okay, because pretty much every single gacha game that I'm playing currently is at least a year to 3 years old. Okay. Just last year, Honky went on its 3rd year global anniversary. It's been out for like 5 years in total, though. Azur Lane had its third year global anniversary. Girls Frontline had its third year global anniversary, and I believe Epic 7 just went past its 3rd year sometime last year as well. Okay. Pretty much Genshin and Arknights are the only two that are basically kind of a year old. Arknights should be hitting its 2-year anniversary, I believe, because it came out in like 2020, right at the beginning of 2020. So pretty much right in February, it should be its anniversary as well. Right? So, and, like when you look at Arknights, right? Arknights didn't have any content at its launch at all. I mean, pretty much the first 4 months, there was no events at all. You might have had new character banners, but there wasn't nothing. And even 4 months later, when events did start rolling out, they weren't as quick. Like, you'd probably have a week or two in between every event. Now, it seems like there's pretty much an event every single week, unless there's that 1 week where the shop isn't doing anything. And even then, they still have the option of running more events. So, Arknights has a lot more content now. That's what we're waiting for with Genshin. It's, MiHoYo still needs to figure out their event cycle. I mean, at this point right now, they really have the option of running 2 major events during the same update, instead of just, oh yeah, here's the story, and then here's 1 major event, and now you're done. That's pretty much the problem right now. And what ends up happening is basically you start having to rely on resin for your content, and people don't really like that too much. There's a reason why there's a lot of events in gacha games, okay? Because events in gacha games are pretty much your main source of content. Okay, in Azur Lane, pretty much every single gacha game I've played except Mihoyo's gacha games, you're farming events the majority of the time. Right? Like, Girls Front Line in Azur Lane, I can literally sit there and farm XP while I'm farming the event at the same time. The same thing kind of goes with Epic 7. Right now I'm farming XP the hard way because I'm just that kind of person. And, well, I can do that while I'm farming the event. When I start farming for gear and stuff, I'm going to still farm events so that way I can get more stuff to, like coins to continue to enhance my stuff. Right? So, I mean, there's always stuff for you to do. Not counting the fact that these other games give you a lot more energy. Okay? Like, Arknights, a full set of sanity can last me pretty much up to an hour, depending on what I'm doing. Epic 7, you get, 288 energy recharge, because remember, it's 5 minutes for one energy, not 6 minutes, and especially not 8 minutes. So you get 288 energy for energy recharge. And then usually there's at least one web event that gives you at least another 200 energy, so that's basically 488. And then you can go to the shop to get basically another, 160 energy per day. So you're looking at close to 600 to 700 energy for a single day. Okay? That's quite a bit, especially when you save it for the end of the week like I do. I get at least 2,000 to 3,000 energy just from events. Do you see that with Mihoyo? No. And like on Honky, you barely ever get energy potions. And you do not have enough energy on Honky nor Genshin to do everything in the day. And that is a major problem with Genshin Impact. It's just that, like, the reason why I started playing so many gacha games in the first place was because there was just not a lot to do in Honky. Like, quite literally, if there wasn't a major event in Honky, I would maybe be on for an hour. And that's including Abyss and Memorial Arena on the same day. I mean, like, it's very rare that I get on Honky for more than 3 hours a day. And the same thing goes for Genshin. Like, you get on Genshin, you do your daily commissions, that takes like 10 minutes, and then you go do your dungeon runs, which pretty much you're spending at least 20 resin at a time. If not, doing 40 at a time, because why would you not use condensed resin? It is a thing now. So you figure you get done with those runs in like 20 minutes, max. There's nothing to do. Quite literally, there's nothing to do when there's no major events. And when there are major events, the story segments take 2 to 3 hours to fucking run through, and you just get sick and tired of it. Like, I need a weekend to run through some of these story events. And then once I'm done with the story events, the main event only takes like 30 minutes to run through with the starter characters. I'm not even using starter characters on these. Like, normally where that 2-star is that just died, there's usually another 5-star right there. Like, this isn't even starter units. And even in this game, yeah, you can run through the PvE content with starter units, but PvP, no. At least there's a reason on this game to build your higher level units. Compared to Genshin, I'm using literally the first 4 characters they give you in the game. I haven't even switched Traveler off of Animo yet. And I'm able to beat pretty much all the content. Sure, I might have to use food occasionally if I'm having a bad day, but you know what? I can still clear all the content with the starter characters. There might be a few events where I can't do it, but, I haven't really done Spiral Abyss yet, but, when there's only like a couple pieces of content where you don't even need the rest of the units, like, come on, Mihoyo. See, in Honky Impact, you have Memorial Arena and Abyss and Elysian Realm where you can build your other units. So there's like 3 pieces of in-game content. Genshin only has 1? Come on, dude. So, I mean, thinking about it now, I guess there are some other factors to why I quit Genshin. Epic 7, in my opinion, is just better. I mean, there are some things in Epic 7 that do kind of piss me off, and I'm going to make a video on it next, probably. Assuming I didn't delete a 30-second pissed off video that I made. Because I was really pissed off, okay? Because I did 120 pulls and didn't get a single 5-star hero or artifact. And, yeah, if you look at the rates for heroes and artifacts, it's a 1% chance to get the 5-star hero and a 1.75% chance to get a 5-star artifact. So you have a 2.75% chance to get any 5-star, and I got nothing in 120 pulls. I was super pissed. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in the next video. Anyways. Mihoyo. I have a few suggestions for Genshin Impact. For one, you need to make the resin scale off of world level, okay? Start it off at like 80 energy when you start off the game, okay? And then raise it by 20 for each world level, okay? Not only that, but I swear to God, if you do not decrease the resin regen time to 6 minutes at the very least, oh boy, am I never going to finish Genshin. Okay? Because I do intend on going back eventually. But right now, no. I would tell them to fix the artifact system, but they really need to fix the crowns first. There needs to be a way to get crowns every month. Because the way it is right now, I do not like the crown system. Okay? It is a bunch of bullshit that you can only get 1 crown per update if you decide to even add a crown per update. And that's just too much, okay? Especially for those of us that didn't play for the first year. Like, we are missing out on a lot of stuff, okay? And then after you fix that, fix the artifact system. There needs to be a way to transfer substats or something, so that way we're not sitting there farming the same artifact dungeon over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Do you know why I've been able to play Honky Impact for 2 years now, Mihoyo? It's because there's so many different stages for all the A-rank Valkyries that even when I'm farming the same A-rank Valkyrie, I'm pretty much going through like 3 to 4 different stages. You know, so like I'm farming the same stages every day, but they're all different stages. You know what I mean? With artifacts, you're farming this same artifact dungeon for like, you know, let's just take Pyro, for example. There's like, what, 8 to 9 Pyro characters now? So you're farming the same artifact dungeon for 9 different characters. That gets fucking boring. Okay? Why do you think I farm XP on events for Azurlane and Girls Frontline? Because I get bored farming the same exact mission over and over and over. Especially when there's no good battle music. So yeah, point is, I quit Genshin. For the following reasons. Epic 7 is just better, in my opinion. The resin. The crowns. Did I go into the events much? I think I kind of did. Let me just recap what I said on the events. Yeah, so in every single gacha game that's not made by Mihoyo, pretty much events are your main form of grinding. Like, Arknights, you can get a lot of your massive events by farming events. Epic 7, same thing. Azur Lane, farming events can really help your progression in the game. And Girls Frontline, you're farming events a lot for more T-Dolls. And the thing is you're not just farming these events for an hour and you're done. You're farming them for a couple days at the very least. Okay? You don't see that with Mihoyo. With Mihoyo, let's say Honky Impact, you have to get on every single fucking day to farm the event. In Genshin, you don't have to get on every single day, but when you do finally get on the last day to do the event, you're done within an hour. Mihoyo, No, this is why people have no content. This is why people have been complaining about content. And then what makes it worse is that you don't have a memorial arena, you don't have an abyss that people can just sit there and do over and over and over all day. You had the Labyrinth event in November, you could probably add something like that back. But again, if the thing is too fucking easy for the first 4 fucking characters, which I did that entire thing with the first 4 fucking characters, guess what? People aren't going to have content to do anymore. Because they did it with their starter characters. Okay, if you can do your content with the starter characters who are supposed to be the weakest characters in the game. Okay, let's put it like this. Events in Genshin Impact would be doable with the 2-star units on Epic 7. That's how easy the content is in Genshin Impact. Literally. It is stupid. Why the hell should I even pull for Ganyu when Lumine can do the same fucking thing? Just that, Ganyu can do it in 10 seconds compared to Lumine who can do it in 20. If I'm able to clear a domain with the starter units in like 30 seconds, then the other 5-star units would be able to clear it in 5. Which makes resin even worse of an issue. There was no reason for me to even get on Genshin. Just because of the events alone. Meanwhile, Epic 7, do you know how long I've had to farm this event currently? I've had to get on it at least a few days. And Epic 7's events are better now too, by the way. When I first started Epic 7, you might have gotten an event, but it would only last like 2 weeks, and you would have to wait. I don't even have to wait for events to come up anymore. And that was just in like a 6-month period of an update. Actually, not even 6 months. It was more like 5 months. And they made the events that much better. Mihoyo, fix Genshin. Oh, and let's not even get started on the gacha rates for Genshin either. That I didn't go through either. So, you heard me mention the 120 pulls I had to do on Epic 7. While I hate the 0.6% rate on Genshin, at the very least they do have that mid-tier 90 pull, or the soft pity, I guess I should say. At least they have that, so that way you're able to get some kind of 5-star in between you trying to pull for the main banner. But again, the pity resets, so does it really fucking matter? Not really. So once you get that first soft pity hit, sorry, you have to either go all the way to the end, or you're just screwed and have to reset the pity. No, I hate games that reset pities. And like I said, the next video I'll get into Epic 7's gacha rates because I'm completely pissed off with it still. But, one thing I can at least say about Genshin's gacha rates is at least they feel like they work properly. And that's the good thing. I don't like gacha game companies that lie about their rates, And then I went through the artifact system and the crown system. Oh, and if y'all think the artifact system is bad, Epic 7 is worse. Yeah. At least Epic 7 has more sources for Molagors, which basically do the exact same things as crowns. But, yeah, just so you know, that the gear system in Epic 7 is worse than the artifacts. Oh, and that's another thing, too. Why does the gear system matter so goddamn much in Genshin and Honki? Like, deadass. When I quit Genshin Impact, I almost quit Honki Impact at the same time. Because the gear system in both Honki and Genshin is absolutely absurd. If you don't have the correct gear for your characters in Honki and Genshin, like Yoimiya's artifact set, you have to use her artifact set because it complements her kit. And I'm guaranteeing you, in the future, not only will they add new artifacts to complement new characters, but they're also going to add new 5-star weapons to complement those same characters as well. Which means if you don't have both, you are absolutely 100% screwed. That is the state of Honki Impact, and that's why I almost quit that. because there is no hard pity for weapons and gear in Honky besides like when the weapons first show up for the first time. It's absolutely annoying. And despite the rates in Epic 7, at least the gear you can't actually purchase for directly. So it gives you a reason to farm for it, and you don't need a specific piece of gear. All you just need is the sets. That's it. And then the substats. Pretty much the same thing as the initial artifacts in Genshin. Anyways, let's see. I think I covered everything on why I quit Genshin now. Yeah. All right. I've carried this video on long enough, I think. I'm just going to run through my head one more time on things that I might have missed. So, I talked about why I quit Genshin, which was because I just liked Epic 7 more. I went through the resin, I went through the crowns, I went through the events, I went through the gacha rates, which are basically all of the major issues with Genshin right now, I think. Oh, and this is just a pet peeve, I think, of the entire community. But can you stop using the same character models? That would really help. I know you're used to Honky, where you use literally the exact same character for different battle suits, but come on, Mihoyo, have a little bit more creativity in your work, okay? Because you're the only gacha game company that I know that can make 3D models look really good for anime, okay? Especially for anime gacha games. But yeah, that's just a pet peeve. Anyways, I think I've covered everything. The next video will probably be about Epic 7. I'm probably going to go into more details about the issues that I'm having with Epic 7. And yeah, with that, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.